Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're digging into a really interesting YouTube transcript. Makes you think about something, well, something pretty central.
Yeah, it's about how these, deeply buried values we have, how they kind of subtly steer how we see faith, especially how we read the Bible.
Right. And it challenges this idea that what seems obvious to us might not actually line up with the foundational truth we think we're following.
Mm-hmm. So our goal here is really to pull out some key insights. How can you approach these old texts and your own beliefs with, let's say, more clarity?
Making sure it's solid ground, not just assumptions we didn't even know we had.
Exactly. Not based on things we just picked up subconsciously.
Okay, so let's jump in. One idea from the source is approaching the Bible. Well, almost like a big historical drama, reading it chronologically.
Right, start to finish.
Yeah, the source compares it to following a major news story. You need the whole timeline, that beginning to end view to get that bird's eye view, they call it.
And that's crucial, isn't it? It stops you getting bogged down in just one event, one verse maybe. You see the bigger story unfold, and that helps you actually discern what God's intentions might be across the whole narrative. It gives you that right perspective to judge things properly.
Without losing your way.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So you don't just cherry pick things that fit your existing ideas.
Which leads right into the next point.
Yeah.
These subconscious values. It's fascinating how the source talks about where they come from.
Oh, yeah. Early life, experiences, the communities we're in, even if we don't like them.
Right. It says just being around a group consistently, maybe for a year or two, means you'll likely start absorbing their values, even if you consciously disagree at first.
It's a powerful, almost invisible process, and the implication is huge.
How so?
Well, it means that what we often think is obvious about God, about faith, it might actually be coming more from those learned values, our education, our background.
Rather than directly from, say, the God revealed in the Bible itself.
Exactly. So many people end up talking about a God shaped by their own expectations, as the source puts it, not necessarily the God who is actually there in the text.
So we really need to, pause and check.
Yes, we need to consciously, take out what we think is obvious, hold it up, and compare it directly against the values presented in the Bible, because otherwise we just operate on autopilot based on these hidden perceptions.
And these perceptions, these values, they even affect how we view the Bible itself. Yeah. The source brings up a really problematic definition.
Ah, the foreign language idea.
Yeah, that the Bible is like some kind of foreign text you can't understand on your own, needing a special interpreter.
Which sounds dangerous.
It really can be. The transcript gives this chilling example. Pastor Shinju from Grace Road Church in Korea.
I read about that.
She basically set herself up as that special interpreter. Used her readings to convince followers they needed to move to Fiji for famine relief.
And it didn't stop there, did it?
No. It escalated into these awful threshing ground rituals. Followers physically attacking each other, even their own family members.
Supposedly to drive out demons, based on her interpretation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Total spiritual abuse. They lost their ability to discern because they relied solely on her as this special intercessor. It's a stark warning.
It really is. And it's so far from the correct understanding, isn't it? The Bible isn't meant to be a book of riddles or, secrets only a few can unlock.
What is it then, fundamentally?
It's presented as a letter from God to his children. It's already opened. The point is to know his heart, to understand his good, pleasing, and perfect will.
Like that verse in Deuteronomy.
Right, Deuteronomy 30. It basically says, look, the word is very near you. It is in your mouth and in your heart, so you may obey it. It's accessible.
It's not hidden away on a high mountain or across the sea.
No need for a special expedition or interpreter to bring it to you. It's here.
Which suggests we should be careful about making it too complicated.
Yeah.
Right, like with the Book of Romans example.
Yeah, that's a great point. The early believers in Rome, they read Paul's letter, they understood it in their context.
But now...
Now you have thousands upon thousands of pages of commentary. It can make it seem impossibly difficult burying the original meaning under layers of interpretation.
Searching for hidden depths that maybe aren't the main point.
Exactly. The core message, God's will, is meant to be grasped by simply reading it. Reading it repeatedly, calmly, letting it speak for itself, not hunting for some profound secret beyond what's clearly presented.
So, reflecting on all this, what's the takeaway for someone listening? How does this apply day to day?
Well, maybe start by asking yourself, How do you actually interact with the Bible daily? Is it something you read faithfully, trying to hear God's voice in it?
Or is it maybe just sitting there, close by but unopened? The source suggests starting the day with God's voice can really shape your thinking.
Yeah, help prevent your thoughts from getting immediately stained by the secular, as it says. It sets a different tone.
A grounding standard.
Which connects to a final thought from the source I found really provocative. It says, the chaos of this world is a chaos that arises from a lack of standards.
Okay. Unpack that a bit.
It suggests that when a community, any community, actually lives by its agreed-upon promises and standards, it can be like heaven. When it doesn't, well, it can become hell. Chaos ensues.
So the final question for you, the listener, is maybe,
How might actively, consciously checking your own thoughts, your own seemingly obvious values, against the clear, accessible Word of God bring clarity? Could that be the key to finding a true, steady path for yourself in this often chaotic world?
something to really think about.